All right, all right. Good afternoon, Tawantis. How are you?
I am grading yourself.
Doing great. I want to thank you for taking a couple minutes with us today. So what I'd love to do is just ask you a couple questions to get to know you and your business a little bit more.
Okay.
And unfortunately, when we're not coming around the office so much, a lot of people don't know the agents that are coming to our office now, and we're growing pretty fast. And I just want to make sure that people know who you are because you're making some big moves, and your business is boom. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you end up coming into real estate, and then we'll go from there.
Well, actually, I'm not actually new to real estate. I've actually had my license way back before we had the first recession in '07. That's when I initially got my license. Okay.
Okay.
I actually came back and reactivated because I was doing real estate, working jobs, trying to run a studio. I was doing a lot of stuff at one point in life. So
Okay.
when I came back in 2017, that's when I came back full time, nothing but real estate, right?
Okay.
And as of August the 4th, I found KW again from you, giving me a call and talking to me while I was actually with another broker.
Yep.
So this has been a great transition for me getting into it and really figuring out now what is the systems that I never have built for myself. So that is the main thing and why I'm so grateful to be here today.
Beautiful. One thing I love about Keller Williams, and I'm sure you're starting to get a glimpse of this, is we don't
Mm-hmm.
just teach you how to be a great buyer's agent or a great listing agent, right? We teach you how to be
Mm-hmm.
a great business person.
Right.
And once you understand the models and the systems and kind of what the plan is each and every day, then you get the results that we often see. Would you
Right.
agree with that?
Totally agree.
All right, let's pause on that for 1 second. What other kind of ventures did you do prior to real estate?
Well, actually, I used to be a training manager, and I also used to head over a career development division for two different college campuses. And I ran a studio, a fitness studio.
Okay.
So I've always done something that was kind of like, with, of course, like leadership. I have a master's actually in human resources.
Love it.
So, and business is my background. So, coming into real estate and giving me the freedom being a single mom at this point as well is really one of the things that make it almost like a perfect fit to me. I love real estate and I love the flexibility I have at the same time.
I love it. And as you've probably noticed, real estate is it's really no different than any business, right?
Right.
I got to find the people I'm gonna serve. I got to serve them, and then I got to communicate with them so I can serve them again next time.
Right.
It's actually very simple. Same thing with fitness. Same thing with any business, really.
Yes.
Beautiful,
You have
beautiful.
to
So
love people and you have to like people.
yeah, yeah, 100%. So where would we find you on a day off? What kind of stuff do you do when you're not working?
Well, definitely, you guys, if you ever want to find me, I am a gym rat. I'm working out. I love to work out. I hang out with my kids, but I'm telling you, my me time is always, I want to go work out somewhere. I might want to go outside and walk or whatever, but I'm definitely going to get a workout in somewhere in that day.
Yeah,
That's my thing.
I know. It's like no matter what time, no matter how early I wake up, if I log on to Facebook, you've already been to the gym. I'm like,
Yeah,
man, I was at 5:15 today, and she already beat me to the gym.
that's my me time, Bill.
I know. I cannot beat you to the gym. Anytime I try
Right.
to wake up early, you're there.
Consistency.
Awesome, awesome. What other kind of hobbies do you have?
Actually, I love to read. I'm actually, I really do like, if I have me some time and I like to go read, I love to go on vacations.
Okay.
Um, that's another thing that I really enjoy doing, like just offhand. If I get a chance to do it, that's what I want to go and do. So nothing too much other than that. But I do dance as well. So I will have to throw that out there.
Okay.
All the dancers who might be,
Yeah.
you
We
can count
got
on me.
we got some dancers. We got some dancers. So where's the next hot vacation spot? Where are you headed next?
Well, you know, my favorite spot to vacation is Jamaica. I promise it really is. I just love it. Every time I go, it's always that combination of the dance, it's the scenery, it's the atmosphere. I just love it. So I get down and enjoy myself.
I love it, love it. And
Right.
you have how many children do you have? You have one, Joseph, right?
I have two kids. I have a Joshua who's 5,
Okay.
and I have Destiny who just graduated, who actually is a first year in college this year. So imagine
Congratulations.
that, moms.
There you go. You can be a phenomenal mom and have a phenomenal business, right?
Right.
Awesome, awesome. So talk to me a
Right.
little bit about, you don't have to name any other brokerages or anything, but tell me a little bit about how your thinking has changed since you walked in the offices at Keller Williams.
Let me tell you the main thing. This is actually, I think, probably a lot of us, when we first get in and we get a little handle of it, we always have this thing of commission, right? Of course, don't get me wrong. But once I start realizing that I am the commission, I don't look for a opportunity to be the commission and then look at it like someone is taking things away from me. Hence, this is the example. So when I had an opportunity to speak with you, and the reason that I wanted to actually get into PC coaching is because I want to be able at this age and phase in life to not just have transaction deals, right? I want to be able to have a system of leverage. I want to be able to create something that I can literally say, this was just as if I was making a career retirement plan for myself. And
Yeah.
I need that guidance. I need someone who is 10 times sharper than me to say, this is what you really need to do, and to say it however way. I really don't care however it come out, honestly. But I just know that, like, hey, you need to do this if you say you want to do that. So to me, when I spoke with you, what really brought that change was because my mindset, and a lot of the books that I read now as well, totally different on just literally how do you take advantage of what's in front of you with your life without having to sit back and be like a passive person. You know, if
I
I'm in
love it.
business, I love real estate, right?
Yep.
But I don't have a system. I don't have a foundation. So every time if I go, it's like literally it's only you, and then you don't have anything to keep it generating. And I need more than that at this point. I want more. So I'm going to stationary myself and position myself at this phase with individuals that not only have more, but they're going to show me how can I get to this platform, then this platform, and so forth.
Yes, I love that. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that. You know, they say the biggest realtor's dilemma is when you pull that sign out of the last yard for the last time and head to the closing table.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last dollar you're ever going to make in real estate,
Right.
unless you have built an organization, a business that
Right.
can be a revenue stream or a profit stream for you. And that
Right.
happens by providing opportunities for others, right?
Right.
And truly building a business, right?
Yeah.
And when you do that, everyone wins. Um,
Right.
it's like when I came from another company as well, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm very grateful for that organization. But you know, there was several times where I was like, wait a second, why hasn't anyone shown this to me before?
Right.
You
Right.
know, it was like, no, we didn't talk about leverage. We didn't talk
Right.
about, you know, systems. We didn't talk that much about technology. That, you know, no one
Right.
was talking about hiring anybody.
Right.
And when that happens, you hit that ceiling of achievement, and it starts here, and the rest is history, right? And then you finally
Yeah.
see it, and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I not know about this stuff, right?
Right. And then it's like you're like reinvesting in yourself. It's like, look, this is if this is what you want, invest in you learning and being around the best of the best so you can actually be able to get to the best of the best.
I,
So that's where I'm at.
I love that. So tell me a little bit about what advice do you have for agents that are either not at the company or maybe at the office that um, you know, maybe are where you were a couple of months ago, from a mindset perspective, or maybe they've reached a you know, little plateau in their business. They need kind of a new idea or a new system to kind of remotivate them. What kind of advice do you have for an agent like that?
I think the main thing is that what I just actually just read, you are the sum total of the 5 people that you're with the most. And that does not mean that they have to be physically with you, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is, who are you listening to? One thing about us is that even with our coaching, we have something, I've mentioned it to you before. It's like all day continuous, someone feeding into you, someone, again, who has another bit of leverage, another level of knowledge that they're imparting into you that you can take advantage of, right?
Yep.
So it doesn't mean that that person has to be my best friend, call me on the phone. What it means to me is that the sum total of my 5 people need to be these people that I can say, hey, I'm listening to what you just got to say. I just watched another podcast, Bill, hey, I'm checking that out. Because those are the thoughts now and the ideas that I want to internalize for myself, because this is, I think, how we all get to a level of higher thinking.
Yeah.
And sometimes if we're in a new place, we go to a new brokerage, and if we don't make the associations, because maybe you don't click, maybe we're in COVID, we're at home, we don't have anyone close to it. Now you have to find a way to reach those individuals. And that is kind of like, hey, through social media now, let's get into this group. Let's listen to this podcast. Let me listen to this person that can help enhance where I am thinking so I can go where I want to go. And then I think the attraction for other individuals will generally, it's going to come. Like for me, even if I don't know who are the big people are at this point, it doesn't matter, because I'm already thinking that's where I'm going to be. So
That's
it's evident, you know what I mean? It's coming.
right. And that's the power of an engaged group, right? When you've got WhatsApp chats and these kind of things, and somebody watches a video on motivation, somebody hears a cool podcast, somebody picks up a social media tip or something like that, and they're all trying to share it with each other. There's plenty of business for everybody. We don't need to fight over it. But if it's one phrase or one sentence that you can hear at the moment you need to hear it, and everything is different. Right. So where can we expect to find you in a couple of years? What's the next step of Tawantis?
Well, the first next step is that I want, of course, come in at this point, and like you and I've already discussed, my system, I want to have a bulletproof system from the ground up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this month, just my first month coming in, I actually had from August the 4th, I've had 3 transactions that closed with KW, which I'm very excited about, right?
Yeah.
But at the same token, now I'm like, okay, we have a sheet that we even just went over today.
Yeah.
Everything on that sheet, my agenda today is to try literally to go through and figure out, how do I set up this, because next year, for what I want to make, I want to be able to have individuals who are helping me, because I'm able to get that much more business to myself, right?
Yeah.
And I think in the next couple of years, that's how I'm going to leverage myself out. I don't necessarily have to have the biggest team, but I do want to have an effective team that comes with that same energy and thought and mindset of myself. But we take ourselves from this level with something that's a foundation that can't be kind of like shaken. That's what I would see. Right. That's what I see for me.
I love it. I love it, because, and I think that's why we're all here, right? We're all here to attain a higher level of quality of life. And there's no judgment around, how much income you're going to make or how many units you got. But it comes from the clarity of saying, why am I here? What did I even get this real estate license for? Right? Who am I trying to impact? What am I trying to accomplish? And once you're crystal clear on that, then you just simply need the plan. Right. I mean, how many agents out there, they claim to be full time, but they don't even have a buyer presentation ready to go. Right. Like, that's what we do. Like, that's an essential ingredient to your success. I just, one thing sometimes somebody comes into the group and they just kind of tilt the energy a little bit, right? And that has absolutely happened with the productivity room and you. Like, you come in there and you looking sharp and you got a smile on your face, and you're one of the most interactive in the room, and I am super grateful for that. And really what we're doing is we're picking each other up, right? This is a tough business, right? Some days we're on, we got the highest highs, and some days we got the lowest lows. And we need somebody every once in a while to pick us up. And sometimes it's me, and sometimes it's you, and sometimes it's somebody else. So I'm just super grateful to be able to witness it. So
Mhm.
I really appreciate everything you've done. You know, I find it. I'll end with this thought: is that it's almost like you had like a birthday. You're like on August 4th, right?
Right.
Like my birthday was November 15th, 2010. Like I know
Right.
exactly the day I walked into this place
Yep.
because
Yep.
life was never the same,
Yep. Yep.
right? I started thinking
Totally
differently. I
agree.
started behaving differently. Like everything changed. And
Mm.
I find it just really interesting that you can pinpoint exactly what day that was because
Yep.
this is a whole new chapter.
That's exactly what it feels like. I mean, literally coming into such a helpful environment. I promise you, you and Aubrey, just both collaboratively, were so influential to not only just my thoughts about everything, but your just receptiveness to just want to say, hey, here, and you want to do this, and you're going to do this. And I was just like, I needed that. I needed that refreshment. And it does feel like a birthday. It really does. I think that's the best way to explain it. Because who
Yeah,
else remembers the date that you start somewhere like that? I know it offhand.
right. I love that. I love that.
Right,
So I
right.
hope that that our message today is going to have an impact on many that'll listen to this because
Yeah.
you know we get to create our world and
Yeah.
you know there's so much stuff going on in the world right now and when you bring a smile to work it just makes
Yep.
everything a lot easier and believe me people can sense that when they're on the phone with you and they
Yeah.
certainly sense that when they're in the room with you and I'm just proud to be in business together so thank you for everything that you're doing. All right, watch out, Tawantis Monroe, she's going to take over town.
Woo!
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.